People frequently ask me if I've ever been in the radio business or done voiceovers, and the answer to that is no. No, I haven't. But I haven't always spoken like this. So I want to tell you the 4 things that I did to improve my voice so that people would listen to me. And anybody can do this. When I was younger, I had a really nasally, whiny voice. It was horrible. I cringe whenever I see a video of myself. So here's thing number 1. And these 4 things, you can do them super simple. There's no rocket science to this at all. I boiled everything I learned about improving my voice and making me sound more authoritative. And here they are. Number 1. You can't change the range of your voice. You got whatever you're born with. Now, like I say, people are like, oh man, you got such a great deep voice. I really don't. It sounds that way for other reasons. And I'll explain that in steps 2 and 3. But the first thing is, you've got a set range. You got whatever God gave you. But you can take advantage of that range. Most people speak in the upper ranges of whatever their range is they're born with. So try this. Do a little exercise. Pronounce your vowel. I'm messing up already. Pronounce your vowels as low as you can. So A, E, I, O, U. Just do that. What you're doing is you're training your voice to go down into your lower range. You're not actually making your voice lower because, like I said, you've got a range. That's that. So you do that a couple times a day. That'll help teach you to use the lower registers of your God-given voice. Number 2, and this is the most important of all of them, enunciate. Pronounce your words correctly. Here's the one thing that helped me. Do this little exercise. Pretty perky puppies paint predictable pictures. Pretty, not pretty, perky. Now, everybody pretty much pronounces that one right. Puppies paint predictable, not predictable. Predictable isn't how it's pronounced. It's predictable. Pictures, not pictures. Pictures. So notice we're pronouncing each letter in the word. If you take a look at some of the people on the news and some of the people we really admire as great speakers, you'll notice that they enunciate their words. Another thing you might notice when you look at these people is their mouth moves more than most people. So for example, pretty, perky, puppies paint predictable pictures. If you mispronounce it, you don't move your mouth much because, we're just, sometimes we're lazy about our speech. Pronounce it. Do that at least once or twice a day. Pretty perky puppies paint predictable pictures. That is the one thing that will make you sound more authoritative than anybody else. It'll make people listen to you. All right. Number 3 is inflection. So there's 2 things that I want to talk to you about inflection. And one of them is, it's actually an affectation, is called vocal fry. I have a hard time doing it, but sometimes people talk like, they got like a raspy kind of voice. It seems to be more pronounced with females than it is with males, but stop doing that. Sometimes people tell me, well, that's just the way I talk. No, it isn't. Think about this. If you're mad at somebody, you don't talk that way. Your natural voice does not have that affectation. And then the other thing is at the end of the sentences. Think about this. When you speak a sentence, you can put a punctuation mark at the end of it. So a downward punctuation mark is like, my name is Chuck Vosberg. Down at the end, period, end of sentence. But if you have an upward inflection, it means that either it's a question or there's more to say, which will leave people hanging. So I'll do the same thing again. My name's Chuck Vosberg. Chuck Vosberg? You see, it had the upward inflection. It kind of leaves you hanging. So For example, I'll give you my phone number, 727-743-1740. Now, I'm exaggerating slightly just so you can see it, but the downward inflection puts a period at the end of that sentence, and that helps people to follow you more easily. So those are the things you can do to improve your voice. I wasn't born this way. I had a horrible, pathetic voice. It was terrible. But then I learned these little tricks, and some of they were taught to me by various people. And again, I'll just go through them again. Learn to use the lower registers of your voice. Pronounce your vowels as low as you can. A, E, I, O, U. Use and Pat's over there laughing her butt off at this. Pretty perky puppies paint predictable pictures. And study. Watch people who speak well. Notice they pronounce the letters in the words. And then finally, learn how to use inflection to put a period at the end of your thought. Or, if there's more, to help them to understand, we got more coming. Now, I'll give you one bonus one. And this one takes a little bit of practice, but it's cadence. You might have noticed that I'm not talking at the same pace every single time. It makes you sound monotonous. So when you want to emphasize something, speak a little bit faster. I really want you to understand this. I want you to know all about it. But when you want people to understand something, you speak slower. I want you to know all about this. Now let me explain the steps to you step by step. Step number 1 is this. Did you get that? It's really awesome. So you see the cadence changes to emphasize what it is that you're trying to communicate. If you're trying to get somebody excited about something, or if you're trying to get them to understand. So anyway, I hope this was helpful to you. Look, I'm no expert. It's just a lot of people ask me about this. That's what I did. That's what I know. Tell me in the comments what you know. Maybe you've got some good tips, because I'm always looking to be better, and I know you are too. So thanks for watching, and I'm Chuck Vosburgh. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.